What's up, folks? With nothing better to do, it's your boy BlogXilla sitting here in the No Judgment Zone with two of the ladies from Blood, Sweat, and Heels.
Hi.
It's a great show on Bravo.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. How you doing?
We're great.
Good.
Yeah, really, really good. Thank you.
Why don't you introduce yourselves to the camera?
I'm Chantelle from Blood, Sweat, and Heels.
And I'm Mica Hughes.
Do you guys fight on the show? Again, I don't watch the show, and I'm sorry about that. But do you guys fight on the show?
We fight with words a lot.
With words? You tell people off? A lot of heated arguments?
There's a few heated arguments, yeah. A few confrontations.
Yeah.
I'm definitely involved in a few.
That's what I like about the reality shows that are on Bravo, is that they're confrontational, but it's not like the other station where, you know, you watch TMZ and it's a full-out brawl. Yeah, it's like a little bit more classy. The women are better. Like those women you would like bring home to your parents.
Yeah, I mean,
ours are a little more controlled, for sure, and more verbal. Yeah,
I mean, we're all career women. That's what really attracted me to Blood, Sweat, and Heels. It's about successful women who, you know, are self-made, who own their own businesses. Mica owns a modeling agency, Mica Models.
Mica Models.
I owned Flawless NYC, and you know, so it's really about our hustle. So you get to see the spice because you get the, you know, the drama, but you also get to see us working and work hard, playing hard. You see the interactions that we have with each other. So it's a really interesting, different, unique show.
It's the new Sex in the City.
So since it is business, right? And I find that a lot of women now, they're devoting their lives to their careers. And then I had a conversation with someone, and they were like, you know, I really wish I would have settled down a little earlier. They were in their 40s now, and they're like, don't have the kids, and it's like, oh. When do you guys sort of, how do you balance that? Like your drive, your ambition, and you know, love and...
I myself don't think that my career has gotten in the way of me getting married or having children. I just think I just haven't met the right one yet. I mean, it's not like my job, it's, you know, it's very social. You know, I book models and entertainment for events, so, you know, I'm out a lot. And I just think, for me, it's more to do with I just really haven't found the right one.
I've always made time for relationships in my life, throughout my life. I'm the relationship girl. I love being in relationships. And I've been engaged before. I just haven't found the one that, you know, has lasted long term for me. That I want to be with long term. Makes sense.
So is that not finding the one is one of the reasons why you're thirsty now? You're a thirsty woman? When she came in, I'm not just calling her thirsty. When she came in, she said, oh my God, I can't believe I said I was thirsty on television. So is that one of the reasons why you're thirsty now?
I'm just very ambitious, you know, I'm quite hungry, so I don't know, is that thirsty?
I mean
it's to win it, babe.
Hungry, yeah.
That's why they say chivalry is dead, but one of the reasons that chivalry is dead is because now it's called thirst. Like when a guy pursues a woman, they call it, oh, you're thirsty. No, I'm just trying to be, you know, I'm trying to court you.
You're right, actually, because I had a date. Well, you're going to see it probably in the next, I'm not sure which episode it's going to be, but I go on a blind date because we had a matchmaker come, set a few of the girls and I on dates. So I have a date, and he was great. We had a really romantic date. You know, we went bumper car racing. We had a private chef. No, it was nice. It was really romantic. We were bumping into each other and you know, holding hands and all that stuff. And then
my hand was almost on my manzilla. I almost grabbed.
Sorry, I almost knocked your manzilla.
Yeah, that would hurt.
And then, you know, we had got a private chef and you know, all this good stuff. But we just kept talking and talking about each other, and I really perceived it as him being thirsty. So that kind of turned me off. So I think you're right, I'm a victim of that same problem you're talking about. She's unfortunate.
What's one of the biggest issues you find when it comes to dating and relationship stuff? Because it's a task, it's a choice. You have to choose to like someone, choose to love them and fall in love with them, and they have to make the same decision, and you guys have to make it at the same time. So what's the most difficult part about finding that connection and getting in sync with someone else?
What's difficult? You never know what's going to make it difficult until you're in it. And for me, I was in a serious relationship season 1, and now I'm not. And so,
are you single?
I'm dating.
Oh, we're gonna let's switch seats.
So it's difficult when you spend time with someone extended period of time and then you find out there's something that you have to make a decision about if you can live with or not, which ultimately determines if you're going to stay together. That's what makes it difficult, because you meet someone and they're cool and everything is great for 3 months, and then as time goes on you're like, oh, they're changing, they're turning into someone else, I didn't know they were like that, I didn't know they believed in that, I didn't know they were, you know, then things just kind of fall apart, and then it makes it difficult. A lot of people waste too much time trying to fix something you can't fix.
I also think that as you get older too, your like checklist, I mean, I'm definitely one of these. I'm the classic. I don't know if you use this expression when you know, plenty of fish in the sea. So when I was younger, I definitely had plenty of fish in the sea syndrome, where I was like, plenty of fish in the sea, throwing back, just kept throwing all these good, fine pieces of fish back.
You can always recycle.
As you get older, well, you start, that's the thing, you do start recycling.
As you get older,
as you get older, it's like
that one wasn't so bad.
So yeah, I think definitely you have to really start managing your expectations, and you know, just understanding that one, you as a human being, me personally, I'm not perfect, and why am I expecting somebody else to be perfect?
Do you have any stories you want to share? You have to say names, because I don't want anyone showing up at your door. But during the dating process of someone you dated, when did the red light hit that, okay, this guy might be a little bit insane?
I think I don't have a specific story, but I've definitely dated a few sociopathic type of men. Do you know what a sociopathic type of man is?
BlogXilla.
Are you a sociopath?
Absolutely. I punched someone in the face wearing a feather boa.
Oh, bloody hell. No, but a lot of sociopaths are smooth though. But you're quite smooth though. You could be a sociopath. I mean, they're not killers, but they're just fundamentally extremely selfish people. They don't care about anyone. They're superficially charming. And everything's about them.
Egomaniacal.
And so I had a sociopath break up with me over text, and I was with him for over 6 months, and he was just like, okay, peace out.
I'm done.
That wasn't crazy, that's more sad than anything.
Yeah. How about you? When did the red flag go off that, hey, this person might be insane? Or touched?
One guy I dated, we had a long distance relationship, but I traveled to where he lived a lot and he came to visit me. I was leaving to go back to where he lives, and I remember leading up to the Sunday that he was leaving, his personality changed. Like, he was always very like doting and very, you know, gave me a lot of attention, and this particular weekend he was like complaining and bitching about everything I did and something, and in my head I'm like, what's wrong with him? Why is he acting different? When he left to fly out, he's like, oh, tomorrow I'm not going to be available all day because I'm going to be in conferences, so I'm not going to be able to pick up my phone, so I won't, you know, be able to talk to you. I'm like, okay. So I didn't talk to him the whole entire next day, and then I spoke to him the following day. Long story short, he came back to visit me, and he left his briefcase in my room, and I went in there to get something out, I think his computer or something, and I saw a fresh, crisp envelope. And I looked at the envelope and it said the W Hotel. And I'm like, when did he go to the W Hotel? Opened it up, and it was the date that he left my house. He didn't go to the airport. He went and checked into the W in Midtown and met up with some girls, spent the night, all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
And
that's
yeah,
crazy. That
was the end.
Women go on fake dates a lot. I have this thing, women go on fake dates.
What's a fake date?
When you go on a date with no intention of like, the
just to eat, you mean?
Just to eat, just to go out, yeah. Women do that a lot. I make them sign a PPA.
What's that?
It's like a prenup for the pussy. It's a pussy possibility agreement. I make them sign the PPA.
Really?
Fake date, yeah. Fake dates is a thing women do. Can you admit right now to the folks in this is the no judgment zone, we're not judging. Have you went on a fake date before?
Yes, I've been on a fake date.
Where'd you go? Was it good?
I've been on loads of fake dates. Millions of them.
Like, yeah, this isn't going anywhere.
What's wrong with that? Girl needs to eat. I mean, in my 20s, I definitely did a lot of, you know, as a survival mechanism in New York. In my 20s, I definitely went on a lot of fake dates.
Sure, yeah. What's wrong with that?
And also, it's good because you're able to check out restaurants. Like, you check out the most expensive restaurants. So you go to like Danielle or somewhere really fancy, and then you know if it's a good one, then you can go back again.
So the show comes on Sunday at 9 o'clock, sometimes 9:30 based on Watch What Happens Live. And you guys have heated debates and arguments, and you both get naked.
basically.
I like that. That might make me watch.
Have you ever get to see our businesses, us run our businesses? I launched Mica Pop Runway from my modeling agency, which is this kind of traveling fashion show that can pop up at any event, restaurant, venue, party. And it's where fashion meets entertainment and surprise. And I popped the first one, launched it on during Fashion Week at the Empire Hotel. You can see that. You can see me. I start to get into comedy. Well, I've done comedy in the past, comedy stage, and I'm trying to get more into comedy, TV, and film. So you see a little bit of that, and yeah, running our businesses. About your business,
I want to know about yours too. About your business, is it difficult to work with the models? What advice do you give the young models that you deal with? Because I know for a fact that a lot of the TV producers and directors and moguls, they go to the model house and they like, there's money girls, you know what I mean? So what advice do you give to the models as far as that and how that works and everything else like that?
Well, I deal with all high fashion. I do have some promotional models and talent and lifestyle, but mostly high fashion. And my biggest advice is don't take it for granted and treat it like it's a business. A lot of young girls especially don't show up on time, they cancel at the last minute, and they think it's cool, and clients end up not using them ever again. And then they end up having to get a job as a cocktail waitress. So that's my best advice, is treat it like a real business. You wouldn't show up late to your waitressing job, so don't show up late to your modeling gig.
Absolutely. How about you? Tell me about your business.
Well, I started my company, Flawless NYC, from my bedroom when I was 27 years old. I started it with no money, just my contacts, my vision, and I basically created $1 from a dime. And so I have an office in Soho, and we book promotional models and entertainers for events. So it's unique entertainment. Like we have, but everyone's really good looking.
I think I might have dated a couple of flawless models.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I have.
Yeah. So we have like contortionists, burlesque performers, snake charmers, like really hot DJs, like model DJs. So it's a really interesting concept. Typically for luxury brands, because it's the luxury brands that want beauty around them. My slogan is bringing beauty to your event. So say if you're a high fashion brand, but you just don't want any old waitress, you want a gorgeous model waitress.
Join us next week, folks, when we crip walk on pigeon crack in the park while eating peanuts.
What?
That's what we're doing next week.
www.2mny.com. Hi, I'm Mica Hughes.
I'm Chantelle Fraser. We're from Bravo's Blood, Sweat and Heels.
And you're watching Global Grind TV.
You are now watching Global Grind TV. Like, this nigga, that is not...
This nigga can't even talk like that. How the fuck you say exceptional shit?
Perfect. The look on her face when you surprise her with...
All right.